Hey, good morning. It's Steve Tomaszewski in beautiful downtown Chesterton, Indiana. You can tell we're live because I'm standing back. Hey, we're on a 5-second delay. What are you doing this morning? Hey, we're starting our new show today called TalkingCarZ. What do you think of that? Beautiful downtown TalkingCarZ in Chesterton Nissan in Chesterton, Indiana. Let me give you that address, 220 Verplank Road, Chesterton, Indiana, 46304. Right now, Toby Keith's playing a song for us, American Soldier, on Blog Talk Radio Network around the world. A shout out to our troops and families all around the world. You know, we're excited today, so for you listening, we're going to cut out just for a second. We'll be right back on the radio side, but back on the television side, we're here, and look what I'm standing next to, a 2012 Altima Coupe 2.5. We're going to be talking about that right in just a few minutes. But how easy or how hard is it to get to Chesterton Nissan? Let's talk about that. Well, tell you what, if you're coming from Canada, Steve, what do you mean if we're coming from Canada? If you're coming from Canada, real simple, get over to 294, 94 South, shoot it right down to 8094, get off at exit 22A. You can be driving this 2012 Altima home today. Come on in, ask for Greg. The number is 888-693-6712. And people say to me all the times, you know what, I should have a little seat in this car because I like this so much. What a comfortable vehicle. They go, you know what, Steve, why do you have to read everything? Don't you go to practice and rehearsal? No, I don't. Yesterday, we were live at the Steve Harvey show. That was a little bit of fun. And we had a great day. A shout out to Steve Harvey and all the friends out there on Channel 5 NBC Tower. Thanks for having us out. Today, back, you can hear how exciting it is at Chesterton Nissan. You know, people walking around, cars being sold, cars being appraised. Let me tell you something about Chesterton Nissan and all the Bob Rohrman dealership groups. There is no charge for a free appraisal. Wow. Let me see that again. You can bring your car in here, and you know how easy it is. You're going to go right here at exit 22A, and let me see if I'm correct. Am I correct saying we go west on 22A? Is that the right way when we come off 94? Does that sound right? We're going west? Okay. And you know what? You're going to see one or two other car dealers out there. Yeah, you know, God bless America. We hope everyone does well. But I'd rather go to Chesterton Nissan. What do you think of that? So come straight down, go to Verplank Road. Hey, do you want to stop, grab a cup of coffee, get a cup of coffee here, get some fresh popcorn, you know, but it's just a beautiful day here. So put this in your GPS. 220 Verplank Road, Chesterton, and that's Chesterton, Indiana, 46304. Now, we're going to do a quick check. Look at how, you know, I'm 6'4", 220, and it's so easy for me to get out there and just sit on the passenger side or the driver's side. What you want to do today is give Greg Harper a call at 219-787-1777. Let me hold that card up for you. You know, we get a chance to go to a lot of the dealerships out there. There's Greg's card. Hi, Greg, and a shout out to George Lopez. Hi, George. How are you? All of our friends at the Bob Rohrman dealership groups. Toby Keith just about ending his song right now. We're going to be joining back in here in just a moment. Thanks for being with us today. And what do we got here, Toby? Everything's good? Okay, 19 seconds left for Toby. Thanks, Toby. Hey, and you know what? We do subscribe to ASCAP, and we pay our premiums on iTunes. So thanks for all that this morning. Right now, let's take a look at this 2012 red Nissan Altima. How much fun is that? Okay, let's back up here just a little bit. We're going to cue out our speaker on this. And if you've not seen the new Nissans today, this is the vehicle. And you know what? I'm on my knees because I just adore this car. How's that? So what we're looking at here is a vehicle that gets up to and can surpass 32 miles per gallon on the highway. You've got to think about that. Even on here, you know, they underplay that a little bit because over to the right, right underneath it says expected range for most drivers is 26 to 38 miles per gallon. 38 miles per gallon in a 2012 Altima Coupe 2.5S. Manufacturer suggested retail price out the door $27,113. And you know what? We got deals going. Look at the balloons. Here, we got some balloons going. Come on in, you know, and say, hey, if I get the car, can you give me the balloons? I'm pretty sure they can do that. So, You know, there's also, you can see this. I'll open a door real quick. There's actually another car being sold right there. Actually, a QR code right here on the card. So, you know, you can come out here to 220 Verplank Road in Chesterton, exit 22A, walk right up to the car, punch in the QR code, tell you all about it. Now, this beautiful vehicle, and I'll tell you what, I get a chance all the time. We're just going to back up this camera just a touch. Don't you love live TV? Don't you love that? There we go. Now I'm back in the picture full scale. Hey, thanks, Steve. We're going to go through a little bit of the amenities on this vehicle. But what's really, really nice about it is that you could literally walk in, sit down, drive home today. And, you know, we got a couple of numbers for you to call into. 219-787-1777 is just one of the numbers. And it's like, well, Steve, you know, we live in Michigan. We live in Montana. We live in California. Okay, well, guess what? Got an 800 number for you. How's that? 888-693-6712. And a special thanks to Orange Media Group, everybody up there who's been a great supporter, a great sponsor. You got a question, go to bobwarman.com. Go to chestertonnissan.com. And look at the new inventory. Look at the used inventory. Look at the inventory. You know, you're going, where am I going today? Well, you know what? It's just coming to time. We're going to go over the specials on the pre-driven in just a moment. You think about that. And everybody's so busy here today, so we're going to probably just wind up talking about the vehicles themselves. And look at this extra special 2012 Nissan Altima. I got to get it all the way in the picture here. So let me go through with you some of the great amenities within this car. 2.5-liter dual overhead cam, 16-valve, 4-cylinder engine. Holy smokes, Batman. Where's Rory? Rory, where's Rory? We got to find Rory, the mascot. We'll get him there in a second. But the bottom line event, I hope you can see this too, right behind me here. We'll back up. The bottom line event at Nissan, bottom line model year-end sales event. Get the bottom line on everything that you want at Chesterton Nissan at exit 22A right off of 8094 here, just at the right at the top of Indiana. So, hey, if you're coming in from Detroit, you're coming in from Mackinac Island, you're coming in from the UP, you're coming in from Minnesota, you're coming in from Washington State. Steve, what do you mean Washington State? Hey, it's the internet. ChestertonNissan.com. See what they got in stock. Call them up, fly in, drive a car back home, or they'll ship it to you. So we go right back to it. You know, the base of this vehicle, just the base, is $24,380. Now, you will have destination charges of $780, and maybe it's like, well, I've had a red car before. I want a different color. Okay, guess what? You can get it in a different color. Well, I guess not, you know, that much earth-shaking, but get the vehicle you want in the color that you want. Go online to ChestertonNissan.com and take a look. Let's look at the rest of this. 175 horsepower. And, you know, do you need that much horsepower? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. It's like, you know what? I just want a coupe. I don't need all the big horsepower, all the torque. I just want a basic Altima. Go online, ChestertonNissan.com. Get the vehicle that you want from the Bob Warman Auto Dealership Group. Some of the great things within here, we're going to look at sequential multi-point fuel injection system, independent strut front suspension, independent multi-link rear suspension, power-assisted vented front disc brakes. Now, there is a place, I'm going to back up the camera here again. There is a place called Pikes Peak, right outside of Colorado Springs. And as most of you know, I've got 3 sons in the Air Force, one through the Air Force Academy. And actually, when you're coming down Pikes Peak, you have to stop at the guard shack, and they put a thermometer, a digital thermometer, right next to your brakes. And they actually test the temperature of your brakes. Guess what? The hotter they are, the longer it'll take for you to stop. It's like, you know, the heat will decrease the friction. So if you're, I think it was 600 degrees. It was pretty hot. If your brakes were between 400 and 600 degrees, you actually have to pull over and let them cool down. Now, the reason I say that is what we just talked about here just a minute ago. Power-assisted vented front disc brakes. And when you're looking at a rotor of a vehicle, sometimes you will see like cuts into them and drill holes. That allows the surface to cool quicker for better friction so it can stop faster. So you're going, oh, so hey, and if you already have a Nissan or any vehicle you have, you can bring it right in here to the service department and say, you know what, I want to get the rotors that are vented for the front. Now, 70% of your stopping power comes from the front end of the car. Why is that? It's where the weight is. Okay, and some other vehicles still have, if you will, drum brakes in the back. Not a big deal. So, but if you're going to be looking at replacing your brakes, and maybe your car is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years old, think about getting the vented one. They are a little more expensive, but you know what? It's going to help you and maybe even stop an accident. Let's get on to the next one here. 17-inch alloy wheels. Now I'm going to pan down real quick. Wait till you see this. Look at the size of these wheels. Absolutely huge. And you get a little more stability out of it. I want you to think if you can remember a few years ago that when you were playing with a gyroscope and you're saying, okay, you would spin it and it would tilt a little bit and come back. Now imagine a little bigger gyroscope. So the 17-inch wheels should help you drive more stable, corner more stable, and grip the road better. 17-inch wheels on Nissan Altima Coupe 2.5S. And then you have your P215 55R17 all-season tire. And you know what? A lot of us out there, we're going to be looking at some of the trucks, some of the SUVs here shortly. The Armadas out there, the Rogue is out there, the Muranos out there, some beautiful, beautiful vehicles, the Z car. And because today is Talking Cars, CARZ, one of our first shows here with the Bob Rohrman Group, every Saturday morning from 10 to 12 o'clock. Call in, give us your questions, starting in October, also broadcasting live off of Willis Tower, used to be Sears. And, Thursday, we were out at Sears World Headquarters with Heroes at Home with Tom Aiello and their military veterans director for hiring, Christina Dibble. Thanks to Sears World Headquarters in Hoffman Estates, Mayor Bill McLeod, but a special thanks to Tom Aiello and Christina Dibble, both veterans, and have raised over $17 million in the past, I believe it's 5 years. And you can go to Sears anytime, walk through the store, or Kmart. God bless Kmart. We love Kmart. Go to Sears, go to Kmart, and you can donate $1, $5, $10. And they have actually tracked the monies over the years, and over 80% have gone to things for like bed sheets and linens. So you think about that. You go, well, if I give them $5 or $10, where's the money going to? And it's like, well, they've actually tracked it, and 80% has gone for things needed in the house. Nothing, and obviously a few toys. It's Christmas. But, here at the Bob Rohrman Group, always the first to step up, always first to say, what can we do to help our veterans? We were just up at Gurney Hyundai, Gurney Volkswagen. Hey, Gene Davis, how you doing? Hey, Chris Harper, how are you up there? And, they have Military Mondays, always a discount for the military. You walk in, you say, hey, I heard the show on the Soldiers Family. Hey, do you know Steve? Do you know Steve Tomaszewski? The guy who does your show? Yeah, I listen to him all the time. Come on in, get that cup of coffee, get that popcorn, sit down, and work out a deal. Right now today, what they will tell you is that it actually takes you, the potential car buyer, over 11 hours on the internet to do your work. And then you go and you look at a place, and then you go again. You know what? We met a brand new young salesperson here today. Her name's Laura, and she goes, you know what? I'm handing my car out. I'm talking with people. I'm listening. And I think that's the key point. They're listening. They will listen to you. Chesterton Nissan, exit 22A, right off of 94. How easy is that to get to? And I said this last time I was here with George. I said, you know what, George? I do a show downtown in the Loop. And he says, does the bus go there? And I go, no, the bus goes beep, beep. Anyway, I forgot to joke. But it actually takes me longer to get to downtown Chicago than it is, and that's coming from Palatine, which is right outside where Schaumburg Honda is, Schaumburg Ford, Schaumburg Kia. It'll take me over an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to get downtown. I was here in less than 58 minutes today, and I didn't have to worry about all the crazy traffic, all the crazy parking. And you know what, folks? You park downtown, get your money out, Get your money out. It's going to cost you. You can park free anywhere down here at Chesterton Nissan. They go, well, Steve, that's pretty obvious. Let me tell you something. You go downtown to a car dealer, you're going to pay for parking or wait in line to get in to park, and then you're almost obligated to buy a car from there because they gave you free parking. I want you to think about that. So, right now, it's real easy to get to 220 Verplank Road, Verplank. Put that right into your GPS. I see some people dialing in. Steve, what's the zip code? Sorry. Okay, let me get the zip code out there. Ready? Let me give you the address again. And it's 220 Verplank, V as in Victor, Erplank Road, Chesterton, Indiana, 46304. How simple is that? Telephone number, 888-693-6712. Let's do that again. See, I'm reading it right off the script. 888-693-6712. Yesterday during the shooting of the Steve Harvey show, there was an accident. Not an accident. They had an animal on stage. It was a little horse, and the horse had to go to the bathroom. So Steve Harvey went back there, and he didn't see where he was stepping, and he stepped right in it, and he turns to the audience. He goes, "You can tell me I'm about to step into the blank." And everybody's yelling, "Look out, look out." And because you can say the word. It's my show. So, a real guy, a real show in Chicago. Thanks to everybody at NBC and the Steve Harvey Show for having the Soldiers Family TV and radio talk show out there. And the Bob Rohrman Auto Group. All the dealers, 34 of them. And I believe still number 11 in the nation. You think about that. 2,500 people employed in the automobile business through the Bob Rohrman Auto Dealership Group. Now, every company has its days, its good days, its bad days. But, I come down here. A young lady came over to me and said, I left my coffee over there. I walked in, and they don't sometimes, because I walk in with my coat on, they don't know. First thing, I go to walk in the door right over here. Open the door for me. I'm like, wow, that's nice. And then they go, oh, it's you, Steve. And it's like, yeah. They go, oh, okay. But you know what? You've got to go to somewhere that's friendly. And you got to say to yourself, we get that feeling in there sometimes. And it's like, well, who do I know? Who do I trust? Let me tell you what I hear all the time. I got a guy. I got a friend. And my friend's best friend's next door neighbor is so-and-so. Let me tell you something. You don't know that person. So I know that referring that my family car now has bought 2 cars in the past few months. My own family, my own sons, if you will, from the Bob Rohrman Group, and they didn't even mention my name. Now, they did say they were with the Soldiers family just as, and we weren't testing them, but again, just a great funny story. All then happy. Another friend of mine, Johnny Bullock, from the Wounded Heroes Foundation, his lease was coming up on his car. He said, who do I talk to? I said, well, go and talk with Ryan Rohrman at Honda. He's right over there. Not only did what he wound up doing was he bought his car from his lease. So one of the things you want to cross about today, when you're looking at these vehicles for $25,000, you're going, gee, that's a lot of money. You got to start talking about financing. Nissan Motor Credit and all the banks, here, real easy, and you're saying, I can get my own financing. Okay, well, let me show you something. I'll pull this up on camera real quick for our audience. Let's look at the numbers real quick, and then you can start thinking yourself, what should I do? Should I buy or should I lease? So if we just go right to calculator, and if you take $25,000, okay, minus, let's say you have a $5,000 trade-in, and you divide that by 60 months plus interest, and let's make it 5%. Your payment over, let's talk about that. Your payment over 5 years, over $350 a month plus $5,000 down. Okay, plus license, title, taxes. So if you have lower taxes in Indiana, so think about that, folks. Sorry, Arlington. Arlington Nissan, I'm going to get yelled at now for one of the other dealerships I'm dealing with. But you've got a little better tax code, your local tax code. All the taxes apply. But the logistics are, you're coming up with $5,000, $7,000. Today in leasing, you've got to at least ask them about it. What is the great thing, and we love the balloons here, get your free balloons for the kids, is lease with option to buy. Why do you say that, Steve? Well, the great thing is that you may just love and adore this vehicle for you yourself today. It's a sports car. Take it anywhere you want. It's beautiful, magnificent red, and it's fantastic. What about 2, 3, 4 years from now? So let's look at that real quick. Let's go back to the calculator. Let's say that you could get a lease on a vehicle like this for $350. Think about that, okay? So take out your calculator. 350 times 36 months is $12,600. There you go. Now, you're going to pay, here's the catch. Here's the catch. Steve, go, what's the catch? Here's the catch. No money down, with good credit, good job. Let's cover all that out, you know, whatever you're doing. Literally no money down. $350 a month approximately. And at the end of 3 years, you could buy this vehicle for, let's say, approximately $15,000. I'm making up that number, a residual value. Excuse me, a residual value. We'll edit that out. But now you have a choice. You've been driving a brand new 2012 Nissan Altima Coupe 2.5 SE for $350 a month, the same price you've been paying on the purchase, but you're already out $5,000, $7,000 with taxes, and you have 2 more years of payments, maybe 3, depending on how you financed it. You can go up to 72 months. And it's 3 years later. Guess what? Did you have a job change? Did you have a lifestyle change? What did you do? And it's like, well, you know, I really like this car, but you know what I really want, Steve? I really need a 4-door. I really need an SUV. I really need, you know, a truck. And it's like, okay, so when you start comparing oranges to oranges, and you're going to put down $7,000, and you want to be under $350 a month, and your payment is $350 a month, at the end of 3 years, you still owe 4 years. It's the same as leasing, except you're taking little or no money down, depending on what you want, but literally can get into a brand new 2012 Altima, and I'll tell you the 2013s are coming out. Don't say anything, okay? They're here. So you think about that, $350 a month, a brand new Nissan Altima, and in 3 years, you can still buy it, but guess what? You still have your $7,000 in the bank. Can you do it? You know what, Steve? I've been buying cars my whole life. My family's been buying cars my whole life, their whole life. You know, we want to put down a couple $1,000 and we want to buy it. God bless you. Then do that. That's real easy. Okay, and financing. You can go to your bank. You can go to your credit union. You know, it doesn't matter. They have financing here. But what you don't want to do is create this crescendo, you know, or this perfect apex, if you will, or fulcrum, a better word, a fulcrum, that you're working up to this event. You know, number one, set a budget. Here's what I have to do. This is already telling you here right now that the estimated annual fuel costs on this car, based on 15,000 miles at $3.70 a gallon. Another thing, too, folks, gas a little less expensive in Indiana, about 50 cents less a gallon. So come on down, get your oil changed here every couple of months, fill up and go back. And, you know, everyone's doing it. That's all I'm telling you. So estimated fuel cost, $2,137. So let's think about that. In a brand new 2012 Nissan Altima 2.5S Flare, so $2,137 divided by 12 equals divided by 30. So this vehicle is going to cost you approximately $5 a day for gas. Now you think about that. And if you're looking at this mileage up to 38 miles per gallon, where are you going? Where are you going on the weekends? So there it is, black and white. City miles per gallon, 23. So almost 40 miles per gallon. And you know what? These are just estimates. It's going to be, you know, what's the weather like? What's the terrain? If you're driving up, you know, up Pikes Peak, as we just talked about, mileage can be a little bit less, okay? And if you're coasting as you can, you don't bullet out from a green light or slam on the brakes at a red light, you know, you will get better mileage. So you take care of the vehicle will help you in the long run. One of the very, very nice things is when I'm looking at a vehicle like this, is that, you know, I really, you like it, you fall in love with it. You go, I got to have it. Right here at Chesterton Nissan, chestertonnissan.com. Or if you want to look at all the inventory, there's a new car on the drop-down menu, the new inventory, internet specials. Think about that, internet specials. How cool is that? and pre-driven inventory that you can say, you know what, I already have a Nissan, I already have a Bob Warman car, but I'm looking for a pre-driven under, Steve, do they have anything under $10,000? I got one right here. Come here, take a look. Okay, right here, I'm looking at a 2001 Cadillac Eldorado ETC Coupe, $69.95. And you know what? Always call and say, oh, that's the vehicle that I want, 888-693-6712. And you can make an appointment. Isn't that the right thing to do? You know, what is it like? But, you know, be it that it is such a friendly place here, you go, I've been meaning to stop by. I've got to get a car. I've just been putting it off. I don't have the time. 220 Verplank Road, Chesterton, Indiana, 46304, exit 22A. And saying, you know what, let's just take a ride. Want something to do here on a Saturday morning, you know, talking cars, talking cars, talking cars. It is our greatest new show. And what's the number one thing that people have to depend on to get to work? Well, you're either taking Metra, or you're taking the Pace, or you're taking a taxi, or you're hitching a ride. But unless you're working at home, and that's very popular, but you still might need a vehicle. And if you do, ChestertonNissan.com. Let's look at another vehicle that just came up. What is it here? Oh, look at this. A 2010 VW Tiguan all-wheel drive. Text CN1315P to 37483 or drive and get the information on this car. So if you're don't you dare text and drive either. We all know about that, right? No texting and driving. Now, to our truck drivers out there, people listening to me on OnStar or on your cell phone or on your speakerphone and you're driving, don't be texting anything. But get on 8094, get on your way right here in Chesterton, Indiana, and get off at exit right here at 22A. Oh, I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right? Okay. There we are. And go west just about a couple hundred feet. And what's funny is that you will see a few other dealerships in the area. Just look south, Chesterton Nissan, right there. Another great vehicle that just came in here, a 2006 Buick Rendezvous for $13,995. Oh, I gotta see that. ChestertonNissan.com. Take a look. Or call 888-693-6712. You know, when we're looking at all that, we're saying there's so many cars out there. I'm not really sure that I want this magnificent red. I might want a different color. Might want a blue one. Might want a black one. Might want a silver one. You know, or, you know, what's really different out there? I'm looking at a brand new 2012 Nissan Armada right out there. Beautiful anthracite gray. Right behind it, a Tundra, a Frontier. And I'm looking at the cars coming in. And one thing that you may not know, what you may not know is you can get a free Carfax appraisal, and they will actually give you the Carfax. What do you mean, Steve? Well, let's say that you have a vehicle and you want to trade it in, and you're really not sure what it's worth, or it might be a little older, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 years old. They will actually appraise your vehicle and run a Carfax on it, say, here's the price, here's what it may need. You may have some warranties that you didn't get done, which are still may be applicable. So you think about that. The folks at Chesterton Nissan here at 220 Verplank Road in Chesterton, Indiana, 46304. Very happy to take a look at your car. You may not want to trade it in. You may say, you know what, I'm glad you told me, but I'm going to give this to somebody in my family, my significant other, husband or wife, sister, daughter, niece or nephew, or next door neighbor. Or you may even donate the car. But another vehicle that we just came in to look at this. A 2012 Nissan Maxima, $27,995. You know what, folks? I get a chance to see a lot of beautiful cars. ChestertonNissan.com is the place I would go when I'm thinking about any vehicle, new or pre-driven. A lot of great specials going on here today, especially this 2012 Altima Coupe 2.5S for a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $27,000 out the door. All options, all weather mats, wheel locks. You know what? Get those wheel locks. You know, unfortunately, there are areas or places that you may go to, and they'll just say, you know what, got a couple wheels missing on your car there. So wouldn't it be worth, you know, a couple $100 to make sure you have the state-of-the-art wheel locks for your vehicle, and not just something that, you know, here you got a brand new car, and there are accidents that happen out there. So I always recommend get the wheel lots, get the mats, get as many options as you can. Why is that? Years ago, when these vehicles were at $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, you were trading them in every couple of years. Again, leasing, a better idea. But today you're going, you know what? I'm going to buy the one car. And I was with another person up at Arlington Nissan just a few weeks ago, and their Nissan had over 152,000 miles on it, running strong. So if you take care of the car will take care of you. You got to think about that. So now that vehicles are $15,000, $16,000, $20,000, $30,000, we always used to say, well, look at that old luxury vehicle over there. Oh, that vehicle's 15 years old. Wow, it looks brand new. Yeah, it costs a lot of money, so you're forced to take care of it. Here we are, folks, 2012. I'll tell you what, you take care of this brand new 2012 Altima Coupe 2.5S for $27,113, or take a look at a lease. Say, I'm looking at a budget between $300 and $350 a month. Should I get a 24-month lease, a 36-month lease? I've been looking at this car. I've had an Altima before. I've wanted this coupe, and it's like, okay, then, get the Altima coupe. We're going to scoot down there just a little bit. I'm going to step back out of the picture so you can see the whole car. Look how beautiful this vehicle is. I would say get everything. Get the protector, get the paint protection, get the interior protection, get the corrosion protection, get the sound seal protection. As seen on over 45 million vehicles, let me just see my head up top there. You know what? If this is the vehicle that you always wanted, if this is the vehicle you want to drive home today, come on out to Chesterton Nissan, 220 Verplank Road, walk right in the door, say, hi, hey, I heard the show on the Soldier's Family. 888-693-6712 if you have a quick question. I'd like to test drive that car. There you go. And I want to be in a budget of under $350 a month. Okay. There you go. So start thinking a little bit out of the box and going, you're going to go make a decision on a $10,000 vehicle or a $100,000 vehicle. You better take some time thinking about the financing. I want my budget to be under $350 a month. You know what? I believe the majority of these vehicles are under $350 a month. There are specials here for under $300 a month. There are specials here for under $249 a month. There are specials here for under $199 a month. Should I go on? Chesterton Nissan, ChestertonNissan.com. You know what? I have a trade-in. I'm looking at a Sentra, and I just want a basic vehicle. I actually heard of a deal of under $99 a month. Wow. Chesterton Nissan. We're going to take a short break. We got Toby Keith coming up on another song. Our friends out in San Diego, we're turning up to a new vehicle here right now as we turn our cameras around, and you can see this. And we're going to be looking at shortly. Let's turn that on. We're going to be looking at shortly here, just in 1 minute after our break, at a 2012 Murano LE all-wheel drive. I'm Steve Tomaszewski live at Chesterton Nissan, Chesterton, Indiana, exit 22A. Come right off the expressway. You'll see the big balloons flying out here. Pre-owned vehicles, the service department, and a big sign that says Nissan on it. Come on down. You got a question? 888-693-6712. We'll be right back with the Soldier's Family TV and radio talk show, Talking Cars with Steve Tomaszewski.